adding that scoring punch that he's been able to deliver consistently lately?
I mean, we all knew Brandon Bi can come in and get points. He's a great offensive talent, and we need him to do that for us. He's the guy right now that's in a good rhythm. He's taking a lot of good shots for us. He's making them. He's keeping us in games, and he's a big part of our team and our offense. So I mean, everybody look forward to make sure he gets going, and it makes the game easier for everybody else.
What's it been like having Zion back in the gym with the guys?
No, he's been back. He hasn't been out. He's been back. But it's good for him to be here, so he won't get out of touch with the team and with what's going on, and so he can sit down, watch, and still be around the team, and just still be there. Everybody can see him. He can see everybody, so it's pretty good that he's here.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
How are you?
It's been a while.
All right, my man. How is this recovery coming? Where are you in your process?
It's going very well. Day by day, getting better, and I think it's going very well.
How are you feeling on it? Do you feel like you're getting stronger and your mobility is increasing?
Yes, ma'am. I do feel like it's getting stronger day by day. The trainers and stuff are telling me day by day it's getting stronger, and I can feel the difference each day.
What's your routine like? What's your average day like right now in terms of the rehab?
Just come in, watch practice, and just rehab.
We haven't talked to you since. How disappointing, discouraging, how have you dealt with it mentally, just not being able to, a delayed start to your NBA career?
It hurt at first, but I'm not out forever, so my mindset is just come back stronger, come back better, so I can help my team.
Do you know when you hurt the knee? Do you know at point of time? Or?
It was just after the San Antonio game, felt some soreness, and when it got checked out, found out.
And this is your first real surgery, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I guess what was that like, kind of dealing with that whole process for the first time?
It wasn't as nervous. It was just kind of, all right, let's go in, let's get it done, and let's start the recovery process.
When do you think you'll be back?
I'm just kind of taking it day by day. It's just, I think when I'm ready, no real timetable. When I'm ready, I'll come back.
College basketball back. I mean, how unique is it having this many Duke guys here? And what's that experience been like, at least being away from Duke, but now having Duke near you?
It's a great experience because the brotherhood is real. We look out for each other. And, shout out to my Duke boys. They got that W a few days ago. But, yeah, it's exciting. College basketball is back. And just having Duke boys around me is great.
I guess, sorry, as far as the wanting to get back out there versus being smart about not rushing it back, what kind of conversations do you have with Griff and Alvin about that?
It's not even conversations I have to have with them about it. It's a long season. This isn't like college or something where it's 30 games. It's 82 games, so I don't really see a need to rush back.
So I guess just from talking to the doctors and stuff like that, what are the steps you have to go through before they feel comfortable with you getting back on the practice court?
Just getting back to myself. When they feel like I'm back to myself, they'll let me play. Like, simple as that.
What have you been able to do on so far?
I'm just rehabbing, man. You feel me?
What's this process been like on the team but not being able to fade? What is the last like?
Process has been, like I said, I was hurt at first. 'Cause I wasn't able to go to the first game. I haven't been to any away games because the team supports me and they want me to stay here and keep rehabbing, come back as quickly as possible, and just to be ready. But I've been able to been around the team a lot more now, and I mean it's great. Sucked at first, but it's getting better day by day.
And what kind of advice have you got from the guys as far as making sure you're mentally prepared to get back out there once you're healthy?
They've all the vets have given great advice, even the young players. It's just don't let this discourage me. 82 games, I'm not even missing half the season, so just keep getting better day by day, and they'll be ready for me.
How much rebounding and rim protection do you think you can add to the equation when you get out there?
I can't give you an exact number, but I think I will add some because I'm just going to try to protect the rim and just rebound.
What's been your takeaway from watching the guys through the first few games they played this season? I guess what have you noticed about the team?
I don't think people should panic at all. We're only 6 games in, so I think it's just a matter of it's a long season. I think if you ask me that question again halfway through the season, I'll be able to give you a more detailed answer. But for now, we're 6 games in out of 82. There's no need to panic.
What can you say about the job Jai's done in increasing his load here and scoring and rebounding with these processes?
Jai's been doing extremely well. He picked up his weight, and he's been working, and y'all see it on the court.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Jen.
He told me today that he was one of the coaches that talked the least in the league.
You're kidding.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And it's still long for him. It's 6 8 minutes.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
What's it been like for you guys to get Zion at least back in the facility and have him around? I mean, does it feel like it's a little bit, you can at least mention him a little bit while he's...
I mean, it's just good to have that camaraderie, really. We like being around him, so hanging out with him, talking to him. It's usually not about injuries or basketball, for the most part. Now, we do talk about that, but for the most part, it's just regular conversation. So just to have that camaraderie and to see him in the gym is awesome.
Is there any advice you can give him about staying locked in, being prepared for when he can finally get back on the court?
I guess just that, but be patient. He's 19. Be patient. I've been through injuries myself, so I know how frustrating that could be. Maybe even sometimes feeling like you're on the outside because everybody's playing, and knowing him, he wants to be out there helping his teammates out. He feels like he can do a lot for us, which we also think he can. But not to have that pressure, and we'll hold it down until he gets back.
Is the first 7 games a cause for alarm or
No,
not worried at all?
no.
Why?
I mean, I feel like teams have done this before and still met the goals that they want to meet. So, obviously, if we raise the alarms now, aren't we just giving up the season early? I mean, you don't want that, do you? Like, I don't. I don't. Right. 75 games. So, I feel like we've been through something like this before. Slightly different team, but again, it's just adversity, something that you go through in the season at different times. So.
But when you give up all of those points, that has to be a little concerning. That's fair, right?
Maybe. I mean, it's also they're giving up a lot of points. It's not like we're out of every game. There might have been one game that we were out of, but every other game we've been in, and we've competed. It's just we take lulls during the game that affects us and gets us down big, and that's something that we come out here and work out and learn every day. So.
Can you pinpoint specific issues defensively, or is it kind of just swings and stretches of games?
I wouldn't necessarily say swings. I think some of it is guys getting to our paint a little bit too much, which we do have to do a better job. We can't just rely on all the bigs. We also have to guard these amazing guards up top and try to keep them in front of us for at least 2 or 3 dribbles individually, and then as a team, we have to show bodies, keep people out of our paint. So.
You just mentioned you've been in nearly every game. What do you guys think you need to do to win maybe some of these games down the stretch?
I think just those little lulls. If it's 4 minutes, 8 minutes where people kind of punch us in the mouth, we have to withstand that a little bit better. Or there's been games where we're up 7, 8 points. To get over that threshold of 10 points and to blow out a game is something that we need to learn. And I feel like once we kind of get over that hump, we'll be pretty good at it.
Is it anything scheme-wise, or is it just, like you said, kind of avoiding those lulls during the games?
I think it's just avoiding lulls. I don't think it's any scheme. I think our schemes we pretty much stick to, but our schemes also get us back in games. So.
Put on your analyst hat for me and evaluate BI's play and what he's meant to the team lately.
He's been a savior, really. When we go through those lulls offensively, I feel like he's there to always get a bucket. He's the guy when you throw it in, it's going to be either 2 or 3 points. I think he's done a great job of facilitating as well and getting guys open shots. So he's kind of been a savior.
What's it been like kind of trying to find that balance between wanting to be the leader, be the guy for that team, but understanding that BI's, hot right now, he's got it going, so you might have to defer to him a little bit more?
Oh, that's easy. Get the hot guy the ball.
I'm sure you worked out with Ja this summer, and you've gotten close with him the time he's been here. What have you seen out of him, getting comfortable in New Orleans and, really having that resurgence that he's had?
I think Ja has been big for us. Offensively, I feel like he's gotten his confidence back to where when he first got into the league, and obviously from college he was that guy. But to come out here and do that is awesome. But defensively, I think from the summertime, just kind of going against us one-on-one and being able to kind of just sit down and guard guards is something for me that's been. I mean, I'm so happy for him because. Again, it's hard for me to guard people out here who are elite guards, but for somebody who's 6'11", 270 to move his feet and slide and still protect the rim and the arc is something I feel like is huge for him, but also helps us out tremendously.
Is the leader of the club? Is there anything you can say at this point to the team, or do you think all of that's rah-rah stuff's kind of overrated? As far as a message to the team and all about getting.
Oh, I think it's a message every day, especially here in practice. I feel like it's the biggest part. Compete in practice is attention to detail. Not executing plays. Work on in practice is executing plays and attention to detail. So for me, it's always kind of been more action than words. If you know our group, the rah-rah stuff doesn't really work. It's more showing what you got and proving that. So.
Appreciate it, Drew.
Being here and being around the guys, I think helped him also. It's just a process that he didn't anticipate. So the fact that he's just still able to be around the guys, I think is real good, real positive.
How would you describe where his recovery process is right now?
I think it's on point. I mean, obviously we know it's a time thing, but I hadn't heard anything differently. So I think everything is on point right now.
Can you say what he's doing, Coach?
Rehabbing.
Could you be a little more forthcoming?
Well, I don't know in detail, and I would hate to try to explain something that I am not completely up to date on. So, but I know that he's where he should be right now.
Is there any hope that maybe you have him back by the end of the month, or do you think it's a little ambitious?
I think that's very ambitious, yeah.
One of the things
So
Zion
we'll just see.
said was just, it's important to be patient. It's an 18-game season, and he's looking at this as a long-term thing. How is you as a coach balance?
I think so too. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna. It's not anything that we would rush, do anything other than the fact that we would make sure that he's healthy when we put him back on the court.
Defensively, what do you want to tighten up? What do you want to see differently tomorrow night?
I said this before. I think we talk about our defense, but our offensive have been a problem with some of the defensive things that we had. You can't turn the ball over 23 times and have 32 points off turnovers without that affecting your defense. And so as far as points in the paint, fast break points, all of that, our defense have been a victim of our offense. So we got to get better at protecting the ball. But from a purely defensive standpoint, like I said, we got to do better containing the ball, keeping the ball out of the paint. We have not been very good at that, and that's caused us a lot of problems. So, and then the offensive rebound, and obviously the second chance points we got to do a better job on.
You think getting Derek back 100% is going to make a big difference in both of those areas?
I think it definitely will, as far as anchoring the defense and the rebounding part and things like that. Yeah, I think that will help. Yeah.
Coach, is there an expectation when Derek might be close to 100%? You guys have a firm grasp on what's going on with him?
Don't know that either. I just know that he was out today in practice, and that's a good sign.
How have you seen Brandon's comfort level evolve from the preseason to now, and what more can he unlock?
I think he's always been a confident player. We just put him in a situation where I think he has more opportunities to take the basketball, score, or be a facilitator. So I don't think his confidence has ever been anything but sky high anyway.
Lonzo didn't practice yesterday. Was he able to go today?
Who's that?
Lonzo.
No, he didn't practice today. I mean, just once again, it's not. If we were in the playoffs and it was going to be a playoff game, we probably would have. There's no reason to rush anything. 7 games into the season.
How concerned are you about the start, or are you concerned at all?
Yeah, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. In a lot of ways, obviously I thought we would have a better record right now. The positive thing about it is that we put ourselves in a position to win every game, except the Golden State game. That was just one of the 5 that you're going to have over the 82-game stretch in the NBA. But, we put ourselves in a position to win. We just got to find a way to close the games out, I go back and look at Dallas, and I look at, really all the games that we played, other than the Golden State game. We've been in a position to win. We just got to do a better job of executing down the stretch and being able to close games. But yeah, no one anticipated having a 1-6 start, But that being said, there's been teams that have started a lot worse that have made the playoffs. So, I know Phoenix started 1-13, Cleveland started 0-13, and both those teams made the playoffs. So it's not like we're halfway through the season and we're in this situation. So, but it's something that we need to get rectified right away. Yes.
You mentioned the other night that you felt like this team didn't yet have like a vocal leader, someone who can get in someone's face. Drew just kind of said he doesn't think that works with this group anyway. How do you kind of?
No, and I think he's right. I think you got to understand, the team and the personnel and things like that. And this is not a team that I think would respond real well to this. I think the other thing we got to realize is that we got a bunch of young guys on this team, and the last thing in the world they need to have is their confidence shaken. And so, we've been pretty lenient in that. We don't want to get on guys and have them struggle with their confidence. So, it's a learning situation for all the young guys and some of the other guys that's new to the system, and it's just where patience comes in. I mean, as a coach, it's tough to have that, but realizing where we are in the situation, you got to be patient with the young guys and give them an opportunity to learn and try to figure it out.
Do you anticipate Lonzo playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I'll be surprised if he doesn't, but it'll be a game time decision. But after talking to him today, I think he feels pretty good.
And is it still just cramps? Did he tweak anything when he fell out?
Yeah, it's little things like that. Like I said, it's just anything that it's not anything that we're concerned about. So we'll just see how he feels tomorrow.
Coach.